So this is a functional subgrouping practice community call, and I've crossed the time boundary. It's a 20-minute call, and I will start with centering. So news and distractions. I have made a long pause in this course. I think almost a week or over a week, around a week. I haven't yet contacted the other people who have said they would be interested in a regular functional subgrouping. Practice. But I have feedback from almost everyone in the old group that it's okay to bring new people in. So there's nothing keeping me from doing that. Yeah, and I'll enter functional subgrouping or the this crazy thing that I'm doing, which has a faint resemblance of functional subgrouping. I'm curious about my goal and motivation to do these calls. And one purpose I can see is to integrate and play with some of the ideas that I'm learning about SCT. And what I've learned recently is that it's in my communication, I can try to be aware of my communication behaviors. And whenever I put in information, facts about what has happened to me, I also want to connect it to how I feel about this information. That seems to be valuable to fully access and the information. So if I do that now, I've brought in these ideas that I want to watch how I communicate. And I feel excited about that, curious about that, how I can apply that on my daily life. Anyone else? Nelly, you want to explore how having these calls can be useful to you and what your goal for being here may be. And you figured out one goal would be to integrate new concepts, ideas that you learn in SCT. And one specific goal, or one specific such new idea is that whenever you bring in information, not just, or try to be aware of the feeling as well. And bringing this information that you want to look at your communication patterns and link it to the feelings has linked a feeling of excitement and curiosity to it for you. And another thing that is has this excitement for me is the yesterday's call about trauma. Organized by SCTRI. And I'm curious about this situation when other people have experienced trauma, and I myself in a not so major way, but just this entering a survivor role, a closing, being in a state where I can't integrate information from outside. I know these states in myself, and I know how valuable it is when I find a way to relink with the people who are surrounding me, my context. And I've done that recently in a practice group of the joining game, where I was in a depressive state where I didn't even want to go on video or make eye contact with people, and then decided I want to do it just because I had an idea that it would be helpful. And I did, and it was helpful. So yeah, and what's exciting for me is the idea that I might get better and make it easier for myself to get out of a survivor role, and also to find ways when other people are in this state, like my son when he's really angry, how I can connect with him and form a system consisting of the two of us, which then can integrate new things. Anyone else? Nelly, you're excited about the things you learned in the call yesterday on trauma organized by SCTRI. You remember your own states where you're in a role, in a position where your system's boundaries are closed and you can't make, or it's hard to make eye contact. and you want to find out how you, from the inside, can work towards getting out of this role, this survivor role, and also from the outside, how you can how you can access and work with someone who is in a survivor role. You're excited about the possibilities that might be in there. And I'll move into surprises and learnings. I'm satisfied that I've started this calls again. Next step would be to invite the other people who expressed interest. I'm satisfied with having found one more clarity about what a goal for having the call could be. I have a learning that I want, or yeah, maybe next step, I want to watch more closely what happens when I'm in a survivor role next time, or when I see someone else in a survivor role, and what actions of me or others lead to connection out of this space of disconnection. I've been learning that planning this meeting helped me to have motivation to do other things in between. Like looking forward to eating a chocolate cake. That's a time boundary.